Have you ever seen a person slowly lose themselves, not because life destroyed them, but because their own thoughts did? That was Daniel. And if you stay with me through the story, it might change the way you think about your own life forever. Daniel wasn't a bad person. He wasn't weak. He wasn't lazy. He was simply tired, tired in a way that sleep couldn't fix. He used to be hopeful, full of dreams, full of plans. But over time, life kept taking things away from him, one piece at a time. First his job, then his savings, then his confidence, and then slowly, quietly, without making a sound, his belief in himself. Some nights he would sit in the dark, staring at the ceiling, whispering, "Why me? Why does it feel like nothing ever works out?" And those thoughts became chains, invisible but heavy. By morning, he carried them like weights tied to his heart. One cold evening, Daniel sat outside on the steps of his tiny room, feeling like the whole world had forgotten him. His chest felt tight. His mind felt loud. He felt small, painfully small. And he wondered if life had already decided what his story would be, and if that story was failure. But life has a strange way of placing the right people in your path when you need them most. Across the street, an old man sat beside a small wooden table, selling handmade bracelets. His hands were wrinkled, his clothes were worn, but his smile was bright, warm, almost impossible to ignore. Daniel watched him for days. Rain or sun, customers or no customers, hunger or exhaustion, the old man smiled. And something about that didn't make sense. It bothered him. It confused him. And eventually, it pulled him in. One afternoon, unable to hold back the question in his heart, Daniel crossed the road and stood before the old man. "Sir, why are you always smiling? Life can't be that easy for you." The old man looked up, his eyes soft with understanding, and said something Daniel would never forget. "My son, life has broken me many times. But I learned something. The world can take everything from you except the thoughts you choose to keep. Your mind is the only place where the sun can rise even at midnight." Daniel blinked, confused. So the old man continued, "When pain comes, you can let it define you, or you can let your thoughts guide you. Positive thinking is not denial. It is direction. If your thoughts stay in darkness, your life will too. But if you teach your mind to look for light, even a tiny spark, that spark grows." Those words hit Daniel deeper than anything he had heard in years. He felt something break, something shift, something inside him whisper, "What if I tried again?" That night, Daniel did something small, almost insignificant. Before he fell asleep, he said quietly, "Tomorrow will be better." Just 5 words, but for the first time in months, his heart didn't feel as heavy. The next morning, he whispered again, "Something good is coming." And even though he didn't fully believe it, a small wave of peace washed over him. Days passed, and he kept choosing tiny positive thoughts. "I can get through this. I am still becoming. My story didn't end. I deserve a good life." Little by little, those thoughts became habits, and those habits rewired his spirit. He walked differently. He spoke differently. He noticed opportunities instead of obstacles. He reached out to people instead of hiding. He learned new skills, took small risks, applied for jobs, and believed, truly believed, that maybe his life wasn't over. 1 month later, he got a job, not perfect, but promising. 6 months later, he moved into a brighter apartment. 1 year later, he started a small online business. 2 years later, he became the person people came to when they felt lost. And one afternoon, sitting near a cafe, a young man walked up to him and asked with a trembling voice, "Sir, why are you always smiling?" Daniel smiled softly and said the words that once saved him, "My son, your mind is the only place where the sun can rise even at midnight." Daniel didn't change his life with luck. He changed it by changing the direction of his thoughts. He discovered that positive thinking is not pretending everything is okay. It's believing that better is possible, even when you can't see it yet. It's choosing hope even when hope feels far away. It's choosing belief even when fear is louder. It's choosing to rise, slowly, gently, one thought at a time. And maybe right now, you feel like Daniel once did, tired, discouraged, overwhelmed. Maybe life has taken things from you. Maybe you've been thinking thoughts that hurt you more than help you. If you take anything from this story, let it be this. Your life doesn't change when the world changes. Your life changes when your thoughts change. You deserve peace. You deserve joy. You deserve a future brighter than your past. And it starts with what you choose to believe right now, in this moment. Tell yourself, even if your voice is shaking, something good is coming. Say it until your heart starts to believe it. Say it until your life begins to reflect it. Say it until the sun rises inside you again. Your mind is powerful. Your spirit is stronger than you think. And your story is not over. It is only beginning. If this story touched your heart, if it lit even the smallest spark of hope inside you, subscribe to the Blessed Mindset and join a family of people rising together. Comment below, I choose to think positively. And share this video with someone who needs to hear this today. Because one story, one message, one thought can change a life.